I rise to co-sponsor a resolution expressing the sense of the Senate to condemn the unacceptable remarks of the Chinese Embassy in Manila against our Philippine officials with regard to the West Philippine Sea. I pose this question: what is the business of Chinese embassy officials criticizing our public officials and even calling them names, branding senators as helpers of Philippine Coast Guard Commodore J. Tariela in defending our rights in the West Philippine Sea because, as they claim, Commodore Tariela can't win over the argument. Hindi man ako sang-ayon sa naging gawin ni Commodore Tariela, ngunit hindi ito sapat na dahilan upang pakialaman ng Chinese Embassy ang internal affairs at soberenya ng ating bansa. This is not only an assault against individual senators, but an affront to the Philippine Senate as an institution. This representation joins the chorus in strongly condemning the pronouncements of the Chinese Embassy in Manila against our public officials. We should not just let this slide. There is no argument to begin with. The 2016 Arbitral Award is final and binding. Atin ang West Philippine Sea. This is all part of their tactics. They are looking to scare, coerce, and intimidate their neighbors to pursue their wild imaginary claims over our territories. Even after an arbitral ruling delivered a unanimous and enduring decision in 2016, firmly asserting that the Philippines has a full exclusive economic zone in the West Philippine Sea, invalidating China's claim to almost 80% of the Philippines' EEZ. Both China and the Philippines, pursuant to their treaty obligations under the UNCLOS, are legally bound to comply with this decision. As your former chairperson of the Senate Committee on National Defense and Security, Peace, Unification, and Reconciliation, my position on the West Philippine Sea has always been consistent with the position of the Philippine government under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. The UNCLOS and the Arbitral Award continue to be the foundation of our actions and policies on the West Philippine Sea. But China had no respect for the 2016 arbitral ruling and for the international law, just as they had no respect to our fishermen, even water cannoning them, to the Philippine Coast Guard and the Philippine Navy patrols, and recently to the elected senators of this republic. Namimihasa na kayo. O walang kaya. Sino ba pumapanig sa kanila sa pang-angkin sa West Philippine Sea? Ang sagot, halos wala. Hindi ang international na batas, hindi ang pandaigdigang komunidad, at lalong hindi ang mga bansang direktang apektado ng kanilang pang-angkin. Ang tinatawag nilang historical rights ay hindi kinikilala ng modernong batas pandagat, at ang pagdidikta sa pamamagitan ng lakas o puwersa ay hindi nagiging katotohanan kahit idaan pa sa pananakot at mapanganib na maniobra. Kahit gaano pa kadami at kalaki ang kanilang barko at kahit idaan pa sa propaganda na walang basihan. Mr. President, we as a nation will continue to assert our rights under international law. Our kababayans deserve nothing less than a government that firmly stands its ground in asserting our sovereignty and defending our nation's interest. Mr. President, I repeat, atin ang West Philippine Sea. Maraming salamat po.
Mr. President, I rise to co-sponsor Senate Resolution number 256, condemning the recent public statements issued by the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, directed against Philippine officials and institutions. The question now, Mr. President, is bawal na po bang kondinahin natin ang mga pahayag ng China laban sa ating mga opisyal at mga pinagagawa nito sa ating teritoryo? Isa lang po ang tanong, bawal na po ba? Kasi sa huli ko pong basa, ayon po sa ating konstitusyon, ay meron po tayong kalayaan sa pagpapahayag. There is freedom of speech, Mr. President. And I also want to remind not only the Embassy of China, but other diplomatic missions as well in our country, that in the Vienna Convention of Diplomatic Relations of 1961, it clearly states one of the functions of a diplomatic mission includes promoting friendly relations between the sending state and the receiving state, tayo po yun, and the developing their economic, cultural, and scientific relations. A diplomatic agent shall enjoy immunity from criminal of the receiving state, immunity from criminal cases of the receiving state. He shall enjoy immunity from its civil and administrative jurisdiction with exceptions. Without prejudice, though, to their privileges and immunity, it is the duty of all persons enjoying such privileges and immunities to respect laws and regulations of the receiving state. They also have a duty not to interfere in the internal affairs of the state. Paalala ko po, and I would like to remind all our diplomatic missions to please review the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations of 1961. Mr. President, malinaw din po sa Section 7, Article 2 of the 1987 Constitution that in our relations with other states, the paramount consideration shall always be national sovereignty, territorial integrity, national interests, and the right to self-determination. For years, the Philippines has acted with restraint and good faith. We have pursued peaceful negotiations. We have exhausted legal remedies and diplomatic processes. We have chosen dialogue over confrontation, law over force, and cooperation over conflict. But despite these efforts, China continues to engage in acts that intimidate and harass our fisher folks, endanger our Coast Guard, and question the authority of our institutions. Let me be clear, Mr. President, our commitment to peace does not mean acquiescence. Our preference for diplomacy does not mean silence in the face of bullying. We will not tolerate statements or actions that demean our officials, undermine our sovereignty, or erode our national dignity. There comes a time when a nation must speak with clarity and firmness. And that time is now, Mr. President. It is time to stand for our country, to defend our people, and to assert peacefully but firmly that the Philippines will not be treated as less than an equal. For this reason, I fully and unequivocally support this resolution. Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo.
Tinuturing ko pong pagtaguyod ng aking sinumpang tungkulin sa ating konstitusyon at sa minamahal nating bayan bilang halal na senador ng Republika ng Pilipinas ang pagtindig at pagsuporta sa proposed Senate Resolution number 256. Mr. President, let me reiterate my position yesterday. Hindi po tayo magpipikit mata at magbibingi-bingihan at lalong hindi po mali ang tumindig para sa interes ng Pilipinas at soberenya ng ating bansa. For the record, dear colleagues, we also want to find a way to restore our relationship and extend once more the hand of friendship to the People's Republic of China. We recognize that this relationship runs deep, not just between our two governments, but between our two peoples. However, any effort to repair and restore this relationship must be rooted in mutual respect as equals, as sovereign members of the community of nations. Mr. President, siguro po hindi nakakatuwa na marinig sa Chinese Embassy officials, sa bagong katatalaga pala na ambassador, ang mga salitang hindi magaganda sa ating mga mismong opisyal na tayo po ang host country. Kung ganito po ay dapat siguro ay hindi pa naman natin idideklara person ng grata, pero kung ganito ay sana'y palitan po siya dahil hindi nakakatulong sa tensyonado ng sitwasyon ng ating bansa. Ang ambassador sana po ay dinadaan sa diplomasya para maayos, maging maganda ang relasyon ng China at Pilipinas. Pero kung ganito po, ang pag-uugali at karakter ng bagong ambassador ay hindi po makakatulong sa relasyon ng China at Pilipinas. Mr. President, the arbitral award that was hard-won under the legal framework of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, is a fact that international law that no amount of coercion or distortion can erase. And our friends of the People's Republic must come to understand that asserting our rights as a sovereign nation is not provocation, nor is it a duty that will shirk from even in the face of forceful intimidation. Tinataguyod po natin ito para sa mga mangingisdang Pilipino na halos araw-araw hinaharap ang pananakot ng pambobomba ng tubig ng mga dambuhalang barko ng mga dayuhan para lamang makapangisda sa sarili nating karagatan. Para din po ito sa ating po mga Coast Guard na binubuli ng mga mas malalaking barko mula sa China. Kasama po ninyo ang representasyong ito at ang inyong Senado sa matatag na pagtindig para sa bandila, para sa bayan. Dahil ang sa Pilipinas ay sa Pilipinas at hindi natin kailanman isusuko ang ating kasarilan. Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo.